I want to agree with those who say that ODM, as we know it, stands for something. It is a people party. It is born out of struggle. It is a party that we identify with Raila Odinga and all that he stood for and everything else. And you don't need to belabor the point that looking at the division within ODM, it is the side of Sifuna that represents that which Raila stood for and that what we know ODM to be. So if the other side succeed to remove him and the others, what remains essential will not be ODM. Because minus the soul, the body is just it's just a carcass. So if they succeed to remove Sifuna, they could succeed because they have some backing. But what remains surely would not be ODM. Even in terms of numbers and demographic arrangement, it will be confined to one corner of the country. And even within that corner, it will not be occupying the entire corner. This is true. You may not want to agree with it, but it's the truth. As to where Sifuna goes, I think there's a misunderstanding here. We think Sifuna, I don't know, but I'm wanting to believe these are young people. They are sharper than us. They are educated. They know the world. They understand the modern world more than we do. We all seem to think Sifuna will go for a political party. We could be wrong, and I think we are wrong. Sifuna and his people, the people you saw in Kitengela, they have no faith in this country effectively in the way that has failed to work for this country. And therefore, the bar, Sifuna is likely to be more on the side of a movement than to bother himself so much with a political party. At some point, that will be taken care of. But the idea now will be to maintain this momentum, to galvanize the country, to bring young people on board, create the hope for young people, show them tomorrow is possible, our dreams are possible, as much as they're also valid, and use that as a rallying call to galvanize the youth. And when the time comes, if they choose to go through the normal path we choose to use of party and election, then that time will come and they will do it. To comment on the DAP Fort Kenya, again, another misconception, another mistake. Sifuna is not a lawyer. In fact, the bar, had it not been for the name Sifuna, which is clearly, visibly Luya, not many people will associate Sifuna with Luya. Sifuna has not been playing his politics locally in the village in Bungoma, apart from the time he wanted to run. Sifuna, first of all, is a national figure. But more importantly, and this is what political players in this country would need to know, on both sides, whether the opposition or the Ruto side, Sifuna is an idea. Sifuna is a phenomenon. The sooner these political players understand that, the better for them. Because if they don't see Sifuna as an idea, as a phenomenon, they will not know what will hit them.
Prof, maybe just to ask, is this what Sifuna was really gagging for? That he will cause the arc of tension within ODM, knowing that if he walked out of ODM, of course, and he's not really causing all this upheaval right now, he will not get the attention that he should have gotten, right? And the political strategy here could be that this is what we talked about on this forum, the victim signaling that he really wanted. That now he's gotten it and the motion is on. You know, all our attention is on Sifuna right now. So he makes his strikes, right? While all strike, you know, what they normally call make you what? Make you strike while the iron is still hot. So this is what we can see right now, that we have all these rallies building up on the momentum and rallying with it. Wasn't this what he really wanted? And the governorship of ODM has actually played to his books, briefly.
Not just ODM, even Ruto and the rest. You see, I don't know. Well, that could be correct, and I don't know his plans. But there's one thing I know. And this is what many players are missing to see. They are dealing with a team of young, energetic, intelligent players who understand the world, who can read you before you make the first step where you are going. And therefore,
Prof,
let me just finish.
Talk about Sifuna's consistency. He has been consistent. Even when Raila was around, he said that he will not betray the ideals of ODM.
What I'm trying to say is, we have a team of bright young men. Soon they'll be joined by young women, I hope. Seeing far ahead, able to understand situations far better than the other side. And they are outsmarting the other side. They are applying brains. The other side thinks they can use force, they can use government support, they will use the courts. The other side thinks they will use money against brains. I'm telling you, it's going to be interesting, debate.
And they have many young followers.
Smart, yes, that followers. Is what is lethal. And they are touching the ground. People are feeling them. I have heard from cheap bloggers and young boys and girls who have not had the benefit of the training and experience some of us have had, and even just knowing the world, that Manyora predicts things wrongly. Now, I don't expect that from a serious person I respect. Why? You must know better than that. I'm not a fortune teller. I'm not a prophet. It's not like I was prophesying Raila would win and he didn't win. No. You can look at things and you analyze and you say, based on this and this, Man U will beat Chelsea. But when the final whistle goes, Chelsea has won because maybe these guys had injuries. Maybe they got 2 red cards. That is how a sophisticated mind will look at things, not predicting. Manyora doesn't predict elections. I'm not a soothsayer. I'm not a prophet. But even if I had predicted, did Raila lose the election? Did he lose the cast votes? Which election from 2007 can you say Raila lost? And we live in this country. Is it 2007?
Exactly.
Is it 2013? If you were in this country in 2013, in Raila 1 before the Mutunga court, don't listen to anything. Just listen to the submissions from Kethi Kilonzo. Only. Just stop there. How they were getting Kura Zakena Muite topping up for this guy. How they avoided the threshold of 50% plus 1. Don't go into the details. Just go to the archives, YouTube, get the submissions of Kethi Kilonzo, and you'll know. Don't even go into the direction of the document that was not admitted by Mutunga's court, that it was too big. Don't even go there. Just listen to Kethi Kilonzo in terms of the top-up that made these people avoid the runoff. And then go to 2017. None other than the Supreme Court itself found something wrong with the election. Go to 2022. Do I jog your memory? When they ordered scrutiny of the votes under the supervision of the registrar of the court, what did they find? Over 50% of the ballot boxes had been tampered with. You still want more evidence that that election was messed up? But we have a president and we are moving on. So you cannot fault me on my predictions because if I am asked, I'm convinced Raila has won each of those elections. But winning, we are told about those people who vote and those who count. And since this is our country, which we must love, we accept and move on. So don't crucify anybody on the basis of such a fallacy. I yield.